My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey, welcome back. Have you ever wondered how to get into real estate investing, specifically short-term and mid-term rentals, without having to come out of pocket a lot of money? Well, if you wondered how to do that, stay tuned for today's episode, because our guest zooming in from beautiful Toronto, Ontario, Canada, is Krista Tunstead. And Krista is a real estate entrepreneur focusing on short-term and mid-term rentals. And so far, she's been doing a lot of this without using her own money. So Krista, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here.
Give us a quick snapshot of what your real estate investing business looks like as of right now, mid-September 2024.
So far, I am co-hosting other people's properties for Airbnb and doing all the guest management and the property management, hiring the cleaners, talking to the guests, putting in claims to Airbnb, stuff like that. I have 3 different properties I'm co-hosting for.
Wow.
And
So
also,
not really co-hosting, you're doing all the work, it sounds like.
yeah, they're the official host because they're the property owners, but I'm doing the work.
What's the difference between co-hosting and arbitrage?
With arbitrage, you would rent a place and then rent it out more short term. And with co-hosting, the owner hires me and I take a percentage of their profit, but they're responsible for paying their mortgage or
So
their
it's
rent.
lower risk for you because you're not on the hook
Yeah,
if
and
the
they
place is
furnish it
vacant or
too.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't have to furnish the place. If I was doing arbitrage, I would furnish it myself also. So it's
makes
very
sense.
low startup fee.
Yeah, very good. How long have you been doing that for, Krista?
Well, I've been internationally trained since last June, but I just launched my first Airbnb in this June. So almost a
Hey.
year after I started learning about it. Yeah. And they were fully booked, 100% occupancy at the rate they were hoping for. And they became top 5% of Airbnb listings in Toronto within like however long that's been, a couple months.
Yeah, well, that's not that long. So what have been some of the biggest learnings that you've had so far in this journey? Because it's a big difference between learning about it and jumping in and
Doing
doing it. Now you're definitely doing it. What has kind of come to you as a something you weren't expecting, either pleasant or unpleasant?
Basically so far it's been just with cleaners, like how often you're gonna need a new cleaner and like
Is there,
yeah,
am I
hiring
hearing there's a
cleaners.
lot of churn in the cleaning
Yeah,
business?
yeah, like just recently I hired a cleaner and then the day before they were supposed to come, they canceled and then I hired a new person quickly within one day and then they didn't show up. So the owner actually ended up being able to go and clean the property. So it's a little bit, yeah, just things like that happening are a little, oh my goodness. Last
No
minute things like
doubt. Yeah.
a guest came in and the kettle wasn't working. So I thought to use Uber Eats, like the delivery, and I
Yeah.
got a new kettle from Walmart delivered to them because the owner was busy at another property. So just little things like that you don't expect to have to do, and you just have to think on your toes and
Yeah.
just get it done however you need to.
Yeah, well, that's a good learning experience, that's for sure, and way faster than, yeah, Uber. That's smart. That's way faster than Amazon even.
Yeah, way faster, and you don't have to go out yourself.
I didn't even know Uber did that. So you can tell, hey, Uber, buy me a kettle at
Yeah,
Walmart and deliver it here, and they'll do it.
yep.
Oh my
Yeah, I was
God.
there in 20 minutes because it's right by a huge mall. So there was a Walmart at the mall. So the guest was pretty happy to get a new kettle
Yeah,
immediately
that
without
is
any of us
very
having to go over. Yeah.
well. There you go. I learned something every day. Uber does more than take take my derriere around. Okay, very cool, Krista. So yeah, that's you've been learning a lot. What do you really like about this whole uh, short-term rental management business or co-hosting business?
I just find it like really exciting. Like I like putting out fires like that. Like that's for my personality, like things coming up and having to solve them. Like I don't know, it's just really fun. And usually the people that are coming to Airbnbs, they're coming for like the best times of their life and they're just
Mm.
so happy to be there and it's just a pleasant experience, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so awesome! Your place is so nice." And I didn't have to put any money into it, and I just feel like I'm well trained in it, so I know how to get 5-star, like consistent 5-star reviews and all that. So it's been so far very good. Like even when I had to get a damage claim, that went very well, just because I've been so trained in it that it just went
Mm.
very smoothly.
Very, very cool. So if you don't mind sharing, how are you typically compensated for being a co-host?
I get it straight from Airbnb so far. So far, I've only had all three of my hosts. They only use Airbnb, but there's
Yeah.
like Airbnb, Booking.com, Vrbo, Expedia. There's so many different avenues, but they just put under co-host my percentage right in there. So
Okay.
Airbnb pays me when they pay them. They just pay me my cut, and the owner doesn't have to worry about anything.
And neither do you.
Yeah, it just comes straight from Airbnb.
Oh, that is really, really good. And now, how do you typically determine what your cut's going to be? Is it like a
Well,
percentage of,
yeah,
must be a percentage of gross? It must be, I would
yeah, I
guess.
think it's the booking fee. So like whatever the guest pays immediate, like, yeah, without, it doesn't include the cleaning fee and like the taxes and all that stuff. It's just,
The booking fee. So it's a percentage of what they've paid for the stay, not counting taxes and fees and not counting cleaning fees, correct?
yeah,
Got it. Got it. Okay. Very, very cool. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing to do. And it sounds like a good deal for the host as well, the owner,
yeah,
because they don't have to worry about that 3 a.m. phone call or text or whatever. You're the one that's in charge of that.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Now you're in Toronto. Hasn't Toronto really clamped down on short-term rentals and Airbnb stuff? How's that affecting things?
Yeah, it's it has to be a primary residence of the owner, and they can only do it for 180 days as the entire place, or up to 3 bedrooms, you can do an unlimited amount of time. So if the owner is there living there and they just want to rent out one of their bedrooms, it could be unlimited, up to three
Mhm.
bedrooms. But yeah, otherwise it's only 180 days, and it has
So
to
they
be a
can basically
owner.
just rent it out half the year, give or take.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's the situation with the ones that you're managing right now? Are they those, or is it somebody that's got extra rooms in their house and they're living there full time?
Entire place so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm definitely interested in doing room rentals. I want to get like so many clients that I end up having to hire a VA underneath me and just own it. Like I want to like make this as my business, and then
Mhm.
like I want to own my own properties and do this and be a co-host and just have like a team of VAs underneath me that can do the hiring, the cleaners and the guest management, like train them to do what I'm doing. So then it's kind
Mhm.
of like a business.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So, what are Airbnb owners doing the rest of the year now that that rug's been pulled out from underneath them and they can't rent their places year round? What are they doing the other half of the year?
They can move to midterm rentals where it's
Oh,
28 plus day stays.
is that
Those
what they
are
typically are
considered,
doing?
yeah, that's not considered part of the 180 days.
Okay, so how does that typically work, Krista? Just out of curiosity, like, do they focus on the midterm rentals in the off season
Hmm.
and the short term
Yeah,
rentals in the high times?
yeah. For Toronto, you definitely want to have the short-term rentals throughout the summer, and then it resets January 1st. So it goes by the calendar year,
Hmm.
and so you can have but you would probably want to do midterm rentals during the winter because you can make a lot more money in the summer short-term rental.
Is that what your hosts are typically doing, or what are they doing? The
Well, I just
folks.
started in June, so
Mhm.
we haven't really come to that part yet.
Yeah, because I would imagine, are you going to be taking over that side of the management for them as well, or what?
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
I'm open to it
Yeah.
if they want me to. I'm not sure if they would want me to because I think it'd be a lot easier to handle the midterm because there's not as much guest communication, but
Or as much cleaning, I don't think
yeah,
either.
not as much
Yeah.
cleaning, not as much anything.
Yeah. Mind you, the amount they charge is lower as well, correct? I mean,
Exactly, yeah.
so
Oh,
it might
they
still
might
be in
take,
their best interest to have you take care of the details, especially the cleaning stuff. Because I think some of those midterm ones, they still go in once a week and swab through the place, right?
yeah, yeah, you can, there's so many different ways to do it and you can write up a guest terms, like kind of like a lease,
Yeah.
like an agreement. where they would agree, like, yeah, they're gonna pay for a cleaner to come in twice a month just so you can keep your eye on the property, make sure there's no damages and get in there, and that they're considered a guest, because there's like big problems with the landlord tenant board in Ontario. It's very
Oh,
backed
huge.
up.
Yeah,
So it prevents squatters because they're not considered tenants, they're considered guests.
that's right.
They
So
would sign an agreement to that.
you can give them the punt if they misbehave.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very, very smart. So, Krista, moving ahead, what are your plans for the next year and a half? Where do you see yourself going with this business? You mentioned a little bit that you want to get to the point where you're managing a lot more and starting to buy your own properties. What do
Mhm.
you think is kind of your sweet spot of units under management where this really makes sense for you as a business?
Well, I would want to just keep going as much as I could, but I would prefer to focus on more luxury places, and I want to move into the States, like managing luxury vacation rentals that can have like 10 bedroom places that make a lot of money and have like fewer but higher grossing properties. But I
Mhm.
don't really have like a certain amount of number I would like to do, but I would like to own my own, and I would love to own my own like all around the world in places I would like to take my kids.
Mhm.
So I can go there. And one thing is that I do paintings also. So I would like to put my own paintings in these rentals to kind of,
I see a good looking one right behind you. Is that your own as well?
yeah, that's one of mine. So I
Oh,
think
very
that
cool.
if I put like these gallery size paintings inside of my own rentals, it would like increase the value of the place, like having giant paintings, because I can do many different styles. And then people would see my art and I would also say they're for sale. And
So you
then,
double dip?
yeah. Yeah, so I want to sell art and have art and make it more valuable because it has my art, and I want to do it in places where I would like to visit, like vacation spots around the world that I can go stay for, have a place to stay, and then it's making me money for the rest of the year.
Yeah. So you're looking to buy these outright or are you looking to do arbitrage on these kind of properties?
I would love to own them. I
Yeah.
just find like arbitrage is it's just more risky, and just like I want to get into actually creating generational wealth and owning properties
Mm.
and not just renting them and then renting them out. I think I'd kind of prefer co-hosting and owning, but I am open to arbitrage for sure. It's
Yeah.
just not my, it's my third pick.
Got it. Got it. Well, I love your artwork. Now, the properties that you're currently managing, are they kind of mom and pop bread and butter or some of them fairly nice?
Oh, they're pretty beautiful. The first one I'm managing is like absolutely gorgeous. He paid like $100,000 to renovate the place, and it's just beautiful. It has like
Yeah.
a vapor fireplace and like a bear rug and like just really fancy everything, all new, like.
Well, I'm just wondering if you might be able to put your artwork in some of the ones you already have.
Well, he already paid for everything and it's already designed. And then this other one I'm doing right now is a vacation property that sleeps 30 people in it. And this
Wow.
man, his name's Johnny Fredette. He actually designed and made all these cabins himself, pine log cabins. He used to be a carpentry teacher at Central Tech in Toronto, and he
Uh-huh.
created all these cabins himself, and they're all red, black, silver painted. Like, he has an incredible vision. So he did ask me if I wanted to put some of my paintings in because I told him my vision, my long-term vision. But
Yeah.
I like the way his is already designed. I don't think it needs my art. Although this exact one would fit in quite well there with
Yeah.
his colors that he chooses. But I'm thinking more like if I were to start from scratch, if I own the property and I had to design it, I only have to pay about $35 for a canvas. And then
Hmm.
I've got the imagination because I'm actually an animation professional as my day job.
Hmm.
I work on a show on Disney Plus, and so I can come up with different ideas. And yeah, I think if I was going to start from scratch on my own property, that would be when I would want to bring the paintings in. Because
Yeah.
these places so far that I have, they're already so well designed.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense for sure. Awesome, Krista. Well, this has been a lot of fun. If people want to connect with you and find out more about you, your business, your paintings, where can they go? What should they do?
You can reach out and email me at rentmidterm@gmail.com.
Rentmidterm@gmail.com. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much and all the best with your future endeavors, Krista.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. All right, everybody, take care, and we will see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.